Hello everyone, welcome to another live stream here on the Twitch .tv / the Xisuma, where I just got back from operations over at Loglands, doing bits and bobs, you know, as we do. We're gonna take my Silk Touch pick with me today, and an Ender Chest and an Ender Pearl. We're heading off to exile, peeps. It is I, your wandering trader, bringing trades. Bringing things that you might need. Ren's exiled. I'm going to leave behind my box of ores because I don't think it will be useful out there. Yeah, so there's a spot for the Silk Touch pick to go, so we can bring that back. Hard Gamer, Hero Blender, Chiwi Pepper, Decana Heaven, Billman68, Everstaroo. Thank you for the bananas in chat, much appreciated. Decana loves the new building in Exile. We're going to be working on it. Ren will be in touch. Good. I need to get some brown wool. Actually, I had an idea that I might go grab like a stack of each color and just bring that with me. Let's go do that. Put on the wings, some stuff to keep me safe. Fly over to the wool farm. So, today's live stream, all about heading over to Exile and just working on what we've got over there. That's the plan. It's pretty chill, pretty straightforward. Yo, J-Mac, thank you ever so much for coming to the stream. As well as Hola Soyhan, Dan Grease, Harley Quinn, FLS Studio, Spooky Dog. I'm just reading out some names here, peeps. I'm just saying thanks to some peeps tuning in. Kenny Holtz, welcome to the stream. Busy 2029, appreciate you. Thanks for coming by and hanging out. Yeah, it's another live stream. What can I say? So we'll grab a stack of each color and then maybe an extra stack of brown. I just figured having some wool on hand out there would be kind of handy. Words. You should get in contact with Beef and Joe. You might see some real big fireworks with your shenanigans that way. Tell me more. Tell me more. I'm just looking for customers, and when we get customers, we will have all the shenanigans. All of them. All of them, I tell thee. I got to admit, I don't have streamer brain right now. I got back to the computer and I just got sucked into sorting out a couple of things. And so I've spent like the last half hour just turning off the streamer brain without realizing it. Yo, Spooky Dogie, thank you for 8 months. Sorry, 84 months. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Thank you so much. Literally just finished the new vid and saw this notification. Says Galactics. Great timing then. Great timing. Chiwi Pepper is here for 27 months. You hope that I'm having a nice day. Thank you. I've had an alright day. It's been alright. I didn't enjoy my food so much today. Both meals I had, I just felt really full. And I am not a food waster. I eat every little bit, you know. I've been listening to a book where food waste is a topic that comes up. Very interesting. Very interesting book. Okay, now we got that. I don't think I need to bring anything else immediately. So we'll make our travels, right? A boat. I usually bring a boat with me as well. Just makes that transport from the main island a little faster. The thing is, I had a bunch of boats. Now they're mostly gone. Slowly getting through them all. Heart Gamer says, day 3 of having salads for lunch, though I cut my finger while making it. Yeah, you got to be careful with the old chopping. The technique that I strive to do but struggle to is I've seen top chefs do it. It's like you got your fingers over the food, right? You know, nails up, but they bend their nails back so that the bit on your finger, like the bone above your nail, is in line with the blade. So then if you do come a little too far back, you tend to hit your knuckles on the blade, that kind of thing. JMax says, I hate wasting food. I dropped my lunch yesterday, though, which was just an insult to metaphorical injury on what happened that morning. When it rains, it pours, right? When it rains, it pours. Yeah, this book that I'm listening to about how the world works, how the world really works is what it's called. It's this real, like, technical, science-y explanation of human consumption on this planet. And it goes through the technical details of food creation and consumption. And there is an extraordinary amount of waste inside the food supply chain. And one of the things with waste, I think it's quite easy to think of it as being wasteful. A little harder to think of it as sort of a necessary evil, i.e., in order to get food to everyone, everywhere, and to stop people from starving, there probably is a element of overproduction, right? Because if you try and make exactly what everyone needs, something goes wrong somewhere and then people starve. At the same time, there's a lot of like what maybe you'd call like cultural waste, which is just looking at food differently. You know, looking at it like, oh, I've eaten half this burger, don't fancy the rest, throw it in the bin. That's like, I'll never do. I don't know how much of those different wastes are proportionate to one another, right? Tuzilda says, buy local and small is best. Yeah, but why? Why is that best? Because a lot of food comes through supply chains, right? So I think the cultural waste is easy to point at because it's about individuals making a decision to just do away. Or, you know, or going to the shops and buying and not really like, I'm a very considerate purchaser of food. Like everything that I buy gets consumed. It's all part of a meal plan. If you're the sort of person who goes and, you know, just chucks a load of stuff in your shopping basket. Why is there like a trail of dirt here? I don't know. If you just go and buy like a load of stuff at random and then chuck it in your basket, and then at the end of the week 10 to 20% of it gets thrown in the bin because it's out of date now. Like that stuff we can obviously cut down on, right? Less shipping means less fuel for transportation too, says Kenny Holtz. It does, but it also scales up against industrialized farming. There was a statistic about that I found really interesting. Because in the book he points out that industrial scale farming reduces manpower into the creation of food, right? Then he pointed out that there was this one example. What was it? I think it was wheat. I think it's bread. I think bread was the culprit, if I remember correctly. So, like, a lot of bread. Oh, do you know what? I can't sleep. It's one of the things I don't like about being out here is I have to put up with the nighttime. There we go. You have to put up with the nighttime. Sorry, I'm getting things muddled up. I'm trying to. I can never multitask. I'm so bad at this. All right, so with bread and wheat, it turns out that when local breaderies, bakery, I just didn't get that word quick enough. When they got replaced, I think it was in France, and the bread became more centralized, they found that this actually increased the amount of pollution that it causes, right? Through carbon emissions, that sort of... Let's get the words right here. We're talking about carbon emissions. I don't know if you exactly call that pollution. I think that's something a little different in our minds, right? Anyway. With this one food, it turned out that when they shipped out the bread from a centralized source, that's actually a negative effect. But it's not a one-size-fits-all thing, right? So equal to that, other foods may not suffer the same thing. Sometimes mass farming, industrialized farming, creates efficiencies that outweigh the costs of doing things locally. Right? So, like, when you get into the minutiae, there's all sorts of different ways it balances up. And in this book that I was listening to, they said that generally that's the direction it goes into. But here's an example of like when it doesn't, and bread is one of those examples. Yo, JJSem12, thank you for 2 months. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. What are we gonna do here? I need to get a bit of a game plan together. I inspired you years ago to get an Ibanez RG, orange though, not your electric blue, and you've been looking forward to getting back to it after a while. Yeah, man, get back into it. I've been loving my guitar lately. I think yesterday I had the best guitar session in a long, long time. My arms were just loose, and I was playing some Slayer for ages, and I was like, why is it sometimes I play and like there's like a disconnect? It's like my muscles aren't up to it or something, and then other times I pick it up and it's just like breezy. That's just life though, isn't it? That's just being human. It's constant changing experience. So one of the things I want to do with this island is give it a bit of a gardeny feel around the outside. Maybe we'll take a stab at building some custom trees out here. God, I really wish I'd have thought of that before heading over, because I could have brought the materials for it. That was our 13th exile, by the way. I'm keeping track. I want to do that in a more glamorous way at some point. Now, I brought with me some brown wool specifically because I thought this might do a good job of like covering up the windows from the outside, because I noticed when you look through at this build it looks a bit funky when you just sort of look into the windows, and sometimes you see through to the other side, like over there. Now if we cover it up all the way around like this, I feel like on this level we're going to have a kind of low ceiling vibe, which I'm not sure that we want. Anyway, I have a feeling we're going to have a very unproductive stream. I was really up for this all day, and then my brain just completely changed gears before streaming. I reckon we might try our hands at a custom tree to get started. Semi-Evil X in recent episodes, says Mystoria, but explain, please explain. Maserati here for 93 months. Hey X, I've been considering joining your Minecraft server recently, but I'm not sure about it. How long are the seasons normally, and how's the player base mod team? Glad to have been here for almost 8 years. Keep it up. Well, Maserati, as a subscriber, you can join, right? Like, you can give it a try. You're already subscribed. Use your subscription. Go to asumavoid.com/get whitelisted. Hook it up. The player base and mod team, I would say you're probably going to find it's a reflection of me, right? Like, I've asked my mods to behave or to aim for certain like ideals and practices that we agree upon, that I think will just naturally be reflected here. And then the community are obviously like-minded people who like what I do here. So you'll probably find it's a good fit. Like, if you're here hanging out, enjoying what I do, I imagine they're a reflection. Forgil says, so we are derps. Yeah, they're all derps. They accidentally delete the server every other couple of days. Like that one time where I deleted my own website. Shut up. Don't remind me. Yeah, seasons usually last about 2 or more years. It's always been like a very long-term world idea there. Hardgamer says, you did what? Yeah, there was a time when I accidentally deleted my website, and Mayschool had the brains and the backups to restore it. It was kind of wild. I can't remember what I was trying to do, but I was doing something, and I was doing it wrong. And then I was like, oh, that's my website that I just deleted. Oh, many headaches were had. Many headaches were had that day. I think I want to get some like fence posty type things here. It's been a minute since I did this, but I think we're just gonna go. Oh, that was the wrong way around. Those were supposed to be sticks. Oh yeah, buttons would go good on this. So I think we're gonna go with those, and then have some buttons. And I've already got some of that here. Let's go with that. So, like, these will be the woods that we use. It'll get lighter as we go further up. Maybe the occasional plank. Probably not, though. We'll see. No, I think planks wouldn't fit in. Okay, then when it comes to leaves, I really want to go with azalea. But maybe let's try and use the native jungle. Maybe with some like moss blocks hidden behind them that sort of bloom. So tree stem goes up. Maybe some azaleas hanging around near the bottom. Rooted dirt near the bottom might look good. Okay, so now I think the last thing I need is just a few more sticks. Let's go ahead and make these. There we go. Q&A, genuine question. Running a server like Hermitcraft, how do you restrain yourself from going in creative mode? I find if I own a server for me and a friend, I just have the urge to go into creative. It's a good question. I guess I get like two things come to mind. One is that you got to respect the other people on the server. And then the other thing is, like, do I actually want to play in creative? I kind of don't. The things that irk me about playing in survival is not like, it's not like I want to play in creative. It's just things in, like, I hate dying and having to get your gear again. Like, I basically walk around like a wimp with my helmet on all season because I just don't want to die and grind for gear again. Like, that's a part of the game where I'm just like, this is not interesting to me anymore. This isn't, like, this doesn't mean much to me now. But that's not an instinct to playing creative. So, like, if you want to play in creative, why? If it's because you don't really like survival, tell your friend that. And they might be like, oh yeah, do you know what? I don't like survival much either. Should we just build in creative? You know, I happen to love playing in survival, despite being a bit irked by the slowness of inventory. I do think building is a better experience in creative, but you can still have a lot of fun doing all of this in survival. But I'm also loving playing with the other hermits, right? I could probably use my shovel for this. So I'm enjoying playing with them and doing the Hermitcraft thing, like, and that's not a creative mode thing, right? So there isn't really a desire to, you know, drop into creative mode. Yo, Poster Nerd, thank you for 37 months, my dude. Appreciate your support. Hope you're enjoying the stream and having a good time, my dude. I just find I want to rush to the end game and don't enjoy the process of grinding material. I can appreciate that because I am an end game player. One of the common things of playing this game casually with like friends is that there's not a lot of like long-termism, whereas with Hermitcraft there is. So if you're struggling to play like long-term with your friends, maybe that's the root of the problem. Maybe it's like, you know that interest is going to be lost before long. So, like, why grind out all of this stuff to get to the end game and then no one's going to be playing the end game with you? If it's like that, you know, then I'd say, like, you know, you're getting to the root of the problem, because it's probably not a case if you just want to play creative mode. Let's go ahead and do this, I think. I'm gonna keep asking Ren because, you know, I'm out here. We're not gonna use regular, we're gonna use stripped. Oh, do you know what? I do need planks. I need, like, slabs and stuff. I need to get some slabby jabs. Mama Bear 67, thank you for 27 months. Much appreciated. Hope you're enjoying the stream. Ren's the only other one on at the moment. Let's see. So, like, stairs are good. Then we just need some slabby jabs. Which I might have in here. Like, you can see I've made some attempts to organise my inventory. Well, there you go. Everything's available in a chest. Justin Diggs says, I'm not a good builder or redstoner, but I enjoy making farms a lot. I see. You get burned out because you've been playing since alpha. The other thing is, like, maybe don't be afraid to do other things. Like, if that's the dealio for you, you know, you're tired of the game, that can be a thing too. Not that I'm trying to encourage you not to play, but, you know, a little bit of honesty with oneself. I could be completely wrong though, right? Because you might, if you just enjoyed making farms, maybe engineering them in creative mode wouldn't be so bad, you know? Let's now get some of this in here. Okay, and then at the very top of one of those, I need scaffolding as well, right? Oh, and don't jump on the wheat. I need to put this down permanently somewhere. I found one scaffolding. Brilliant. Just brilliant. That'll get me going. Yo, Caster Christie, 21. Thank you for 13 months of the Prime. Hey X, my favorite number is 13. I like 13. It's a Prime number. Can't go wrong with that, right? I wish Scar would build trees on stream like this too. It's nice to see the process. Oh, right. Yeah, you should ask him. You should let him know that you'd like to see that. I'm sure he'd be happy to share. Now, here's where I might decide that this is the wrong one to put with it. Ah, it's just a bit... Like, I feel like you want something a bit more faded out here. I can already see the reason that I want the other leaf type out here. I just didn't bring as many of those with me. Yo, Yellow Harold, 106 months. Any music recommendations lately? Use this as a plug to your music blog. Actually, kind of not, because I haven't been listening to as much music. I have been playing guitar more, which I think is some sort of like reflexive response to that. But I think there's just been a lack of records coming out in March, and like there's a lot of stuff on my calendar though, starting next week. Lots of stuff starts coming out that I want to listen to. But I used to write about like whatever was crossing my path. And then I decided that I should spend more time making music. And thus, I really need some shears here. And thus, I'm going to like prioritize writing about records that really make me feel like I want to write about them, as opposed to just writing about like the latest thing. Because I've listened to more records than I've written about this year, but I've just decided, I'm not gonna be like writing about this one or that one. But yeah, just this part of March though has been a little bit of a drought, it feels like, in terms of things I'm really interested in. But I could always recommend music, like I know so much of it. If there's certain vibes you're seeking out, like I'm sure I would probably know something that might fit the bill. I'd settle for recommendations for some old records as well. Yeah, they're like, I've got knowledge. I'm trying to jump under this, but it ain't happening because, you know, no wings. I got knowledge of older records, right? It's just, it's easier to get going if someone points me in a direction. What is with the cracked sand? Sandstone is smooth on top, right? Not stair blocks, not stairs. That's what those are. Yo, Mana14, thank you for 2 months with the Prime. And Maddie Skep coming in for 3 months with the Prime. Yay, Prime is working. Use your Prime subs for Xisuma. Hey, you said it, not me. And don't forget, if you got Prime, you can join our Let's Play Minecraft Together Patreon community server. You can hook up that free Prime that you get every month and play on there if you wish to do so. Milk the Moose, thank you ever so much for 7 months. Much appreciated, my dude. Hope all is well. As for what we're doing right now, going through the process of building this tree, like, I can tell you, this is easier in creative mode. Like, I've done this in creative mode. The ability to, like, fly around and see stuff from different angles is just brilliant, but hey, I've got to learn to do some stuff in survival at some point. I think we'll leave that like so. Up the top here now, we want to start to sprinkle in some of these brighter ones, just because we're getting further up vertically speaking. This would be kind of handy, right? Like, now that I do that, I realize, oh, I'm really like missing like a lot of volume on this side. So we should probably head around there and do a little bit of block placing over here. Last time I asked, you recommended Candlemas. If you have any more in that pocket, I'd be chuffed. Yeah, Candlemas Doom Metal isn't really like my forte. Just trying to think of like I come across quite a few Doom Metal nostalgia tracks. Like Beastmaster is one that pops into my mind, and then there were a few others in that vein, but they're not like, I'm not so passionate about them, so it doesn't quite come to mind. But yeah, Beastmaster was one. There was a couple of other really good ones I found. They'll be on the blog. If you go look up Doom Metal on the blog, you might get a little bit more in that vein. Okay, go a little higher. Right, it's up the top here where I really think we've got to get this bit right to sell the rest of the tree. So far, so good. Gonna put one there. It's kind of passable. I think maybe it was a little short overall. Chat, what do you think? I've got that creator's critical eye at the moment, so it all looks terrible to me, really. I should probably start to move some of these boats out of the way as well. I was sort of leaving them here to remind myself of all the trips that I've taken. Hype train! We got a hype train! Thank you for your support, peeps. I'm informed we have a hype train. Enjoy the hype. Let's do that. Enjoy the animation. Do you use World Edit or much when in creative? Yeah, I love using tools like that. It's all about like creating faster. So a slow creative process can be rewarding, but can also be a bit grindy. Feel like we need something that pops out a little bit over here. See that big flat surface? Just kind of want to eliminate that a little bit. Yeah, it can be rewarding, but I don't know. For me, like the pace of Minecraft in survival for being creative isn't that rewarding. I like building all the farms and stuff and doing some basics, but when you want to get a bit more artistic like this, I find it really kind of drags. Okay, so I got some other ideas. My mind is getting pulled around a lot here. One of the other things I wanted to do was something that I saw Joe Hills do, and I thought this might be a good spot to try it, and it could change the character and nature of that tree if it is successful. Which now starts to sound rather cryptic, right? So, glowberries are needed. As is something I don't think I have here. I don't think I ever put resin in here. It kind of makes sense that I wouldn't have, because I just hadn't got around to updating these for like the new content. So yeah, we don't have resin. Maybe I'll leave the resin off for now. Yeah, you can't put these directly onto leaf blocks, so maybe that's a good thing, right? Hydration reminder in chat. No resin out here. I'll definitely drink some water. Mmm. What's my favourite pizza? My favourite pizza's got to be wood-fired oven. And I learned why recently. It's because it makes all the dough a little more chewy. Okay, so this is going to be like wheat coming out to here. I think what I want to do is probably extend this beach a tiny bit further and put a second tree in. Because one tree on its own just looks a little lonely, doesn't it? Oh, we out of sand? Oh, dang. Okay, so I need a book out here. Well, the problem with having a book out here is that I can't take it back with me. Because I need to start making a list. Let's get our next tree planted right there. This one will be a little taller, and I think we'll lean it this way. So that looks to me like 1, 2, 3, and then we went. So we'll go 1, 2, 3. Yo, I see activity. I was gonna, do you know what? I'll let him be. I'll let him be. I was gonna say, you don't need to be chopping those trees, right? Wood-fired pizza. How's pizza gonna get a job now? What? What? I don't get it. Let's go like this. Yeah, one thing you could do is maybe go diagonal. Maybe we'll do a diagonal change. That's kind of ambitious, right? So I think I might just make the early change here. We'll go. Like if I do that, we can go on the diagonal. I think the trick is to have that there and then put like something here, maybe. Or put a couple of branches in, just at that level. I think we might have just done a diagonal, yo. I kind of need to be on top of this, don't I? Just realised Ren's over there chopping them down. I'm over here building them up. You know? Doing the opposite. Yeah, I think if we really want to go tall on this, I reckon just one more. Why am I in exile? I don't know. Why am I in exile? Because I chose to come here. Because there are opportunities to be had in exile. I can feel it. I can feel it in my bones. You saying wood-fired reminds me that it's just about season for grilling in the garden. Would you say barbecues? And yeah, it's getting there, isn't it? BBQing it up. So since this one is going to be taller, I wonder if we can have these bushes feel at least like they start a little higher up on one side or another. Gonna need more scaffold than that, aren't I? Not quite, not quite. Ugh. Gotta hold shift, then you gotta be on one of these, bobbing up and down, that's how it goes. Right, and we kind of want to avoid too much squariness. Yeah, you can see some areas where it's getting a bit... I don't know what the words are here. It's hard to express some of this stuff when you're building. You just gotta place blocks and do what feels right a lot of the time. So it's around here that we'll probably add in the occasional jungle leaf. Yep, like that. Okay, and then going up like that. Come on, there's a little gap here somewhere. There's a little gap here somewhere. Now that might be the back side with most of the blocks in, but I'm pretty sure over here we're gonna need some more. I think you like the early game a bit more of building up to something more than just building another farm for this and that. It says north. I do, yeah. I like the early game when we're building towards something for sure. That's a good way of putting it. But this has felt like I came over here thinking, I don't know, like I'm gonna really enjoy the slowness of it all again, and I didn't. I was pretty quickly. I was just like, nope. I want to get back to my end game farms, you know. So I don't think these trees are that great. Like the ones that I did before were much better. This one's got like too much flatness here and there, and it's always a little tricky to do this because it feels like you're taking up too much space when you make them a bit fluffier. But I've learned it's kind of necessary just to get some blocks in here that break up that flatness if you can. I think we're missing some blocks over on this side as well. Well, that was great. It's kind of hard to see now. Where did I want them? Like there. And then something up here maybe, just one there. Looks okay now, doesn't it? It's kind of alright. Yeah, definitely want one down there. Ugh. That'll do. That'll do. Right, I should eat some food. I'm used to just being around beacons, regenerating my health all the time. So we need to go back to get some sand and resin are the two things that we've learned. Also, we've had noises in the air. Not Red Dam 6, thank you for your Prime subscription. Cadone, thank you for the Prime as well. Appreciate it. Thank you for the support. Okay. Yeah, well, we've got two of these trees now. Didn't I bring moss? Because I was going to put like a little moss in there somewhere, but hey. That feels right. That feels right. I'm not done, apparently. I'm not done yet. Right, that'll do. That'll do. So I need to go get some sand. Thing is, I'm going to go get sand and then come back here and find out I need something else. I know it. Let's place down some more seeds because I really like the wheat out the front. Kind of want to see how far that's going to go. So, I need to find myself a hoe. There it is. Let's put away all of this stuff. Oh, I never put down any buttons, did I? Let's go back and do that. Now we need seeds galore. A few there. Should have a shulker box with them in. There you go. It's subtle. But, you know, a few extra little details can go a long way. Right, where are my dirt blocks at? Scrapple says, so what exactly is Exile? I mean, it's a place that some hermits are now permanently residing in. Essentially. Oh, we're being raided! Friend should have come over and said hi. Oh, there he is. There he is. Oh, he's gone. He's gone. Never mind. Yo, welcome all the raiders. I mean, I'm the... No! Who will sleep for me? I guess we should go sleep and then bring back resources. Sand seems to be a big one. And then all this area here can be wheat. And then I need to figure out like what's going to go in these spaces back here. I have no idea. We could build some interiors too. Alright, chat. I don't want to let these phantoms out. I do not want to do that. So we won't. Okay, we're going to rock that into there. Drop off the gear here. And go stand in the river, I guess. It always surprises me how elegant this part of what we do is. Like, I literally just stand here. And I'm like, this'll do. This is fine, don't worry about it. To anyone who's joined and doesn't know what exactly I'm up to here, you know, I haven't been exiled. I just visit exile to exile. Wait, quick! No, I can't, not quick enough, no! I was going to show you where it says exile. Oh, maybe next time. There we go. Now we're back here. Now we're back here because that's where my spawn set. Yo, we got Seltsam, Thrundlich here gifting subs to Zatek, Jamexy, JSP, Kulkimov, and Ryledy Craft. If you've been gifted a sub, of course, say thanks in the chat. And if you want to consider joining our community, you can use your gifted sub to join our Patreon server. If you're interested, go to asumaboy.com/get-whitelisted. So what was it? I said that I needed sand, right? I could use a lot of sand, I don't know. I've brought over granite, I've brought over different woods for construction. I don't know. I don't know what I might need. It's annoying. It's so annoying. I need to make a list. Chat, was there anything else I said I might need? I think leaves, but we built a couple of trees. They're a bit meh. Do you know what? I don't care. I'm just gonna... Resin! Oh my god, I was about to leave. I was like, that'll do. Resin, son. Resin. Yeah, I'll bring that stuff. I don't think I'm probably not gonna use the bricks, am I? But this stuff can be uncrafted, right? Yeah. So there's quite a store of resin there. Better foods? You know, I'll stick with the bread. I mean, I could bring over some golden carrot. I guess, yeah. I'll do that at some point. I'm trying to restrain myself from all the end game stuff, right? It's not working out, but hopefully I'll learn something along the way. I need food to just walk to the place, because I always end up needing to eat when I walk. Alright, and now we're going to head back to exile. How do I keep track on those shulkers? Memory. Let's bring a shulker box with us as well. Sweep! Sweep! Yeah, let's sweep before we go. I can do that. May want to bring along a creaking heart for resin farm out there. I think I'm going to avoid building farms out there. My goal, by the way, is just to create mischief. So, now if you had visited me when I was over in exile, I would have very happily taken these llamas into captivity. That was part of my plan. There was some there the other day and I forgot that I was going to change my skin and capture some. Notice something about me? Apart from being a derp. How many other hermits are online? It's just me. It's just me today, chat. I'm all you got. You just got this derp, your local neighborhood idiot. That's all you got for company. Hey, where's the way down? It's here. Oh, there it is. Told you I need to eat. I love how much fun you have with all the variants of your skin. It's the best, says Wandering Mask. Yeah, I really like messing around with the skin. It's always good fun. It's weird though, because now there's so many mobs in the game that they've added that it's been applied to. It's weird how it's like still fun to see, you know, an Xisuma whatever they just added. Casey Gaming says, I played their map on Bedrock. It's awesome. What season is this? We're in season 10, my friend. I've been here since the very beginning. X is basically the opposite of Evo when it comes to skins. Yeah, I don't think Evo ever changes his skin. So that very much makes sense. Will there ever be a Dragon Xisuma? Yeah, like, so you can, like, retroactively apply the idea, right? It doesn't have to be new mobs. Should I set my spawn? Nah. Now what? Because I want to respawn back at my base, right? Yeah. And I know it would make a shorter journey, but you know. Season 7 hype. I mean, hype? Sure. That was a long time ago. Season 7 was 5 years ago. Yo, Efo's been on Hermitcraft and Doc for 10 years. As of the beginning of March, they joined 2015. YouTube recommended a video for me today, and it was like 10 years ago. Hermitcraft Efo, episode 1 or something. And I was like, oh God, you're an idiot, they said. What's wrong with you? Look, I was distracted. I was chatting to all of y'all. Okay? I was keeping you entertained. I was providing you with running commentary, and you have the nerve. You have the nerve. Oh, don't even. Don't even. By the way, where's the derp button? There it is. The animation the derp counter doesn't work anymore. Well, it does. It's just my stream script is kind of broken, and I realized that the derp counter doesn't get loaded anymore. So although I played the animation, that little derp counter on the screen doesn't go up. Which is probably good for the fiends out there. They need a detox. Speaking of detox, okay. Here's a weird and wacky story for you. Do you know what I've been having for breakfast? By having, I mean I had yesterday and I'll have tomorrow. 2 days. That's it, tops. So far. Ice cream. What? X is having ice cream for breakfast? Please explain. I made some homemade mocha ice cream. Now, first thing to say, absolutely delicious. I've always liked chocolate and coffee. Great combination. After I made this, because I did it quite impulsively. I just brought some refrigerated coffee milk, and I thought, oh, I'll try making some ice cream with this. And then I thought, I usually eat ice cream with part of my last meal, which is probably about 6 to 7 hours before I go to bed. So is it a good time to consume potentially a lot of coffee? I don't really know how much, how much is comparable to a regular cup of coffee. I then figure out, well, the best time to have it then is before I work out, because I got some coffee off of my mum. Instead of getting coffee beans, I just got a little tub and put some in. I said, hey, I want to try drinking some coffee again. Because last time I did it, I had the jitters and stuff. Oh my God, what is wrong with me? What is wrong with me? Also, is it me or did my FOV change at some point? I got this weird feeling like my FOV changed. Where is my FOV? Dude, is it like not in that FOV 90? I feel like it... Dude, I swear the FOV is zoomed in right now. Oh, there's no way that's right. Oh, it is! It is! There you go. Did you see it pop back? I accidentally, somehow, despite my hand barely going to this part of the keyboard, tapped a button which will very slowly zoom in. And thus change my POV. Huh. Oh my God. Oh my God. We're going back again. Alright. Third chance to take the llamas. Oh my god, yeah, I could totally walk them through, couldn't I? I could totally walk them there. You have an interesting point, my friend. Llamas can go through portals. Alright, let's go, let's get a sword. Are they going to spit at me if I kill the Wandering Trader? They shouldn't do that. They should be nice. I'm setting them free. Okay, let's go get Wandering Trader guy. Okay. Ah! Ah! The inhumanity! I'm setting you free! I'm burdening you. How long will they be mad at me for? Are they mad at each other now? Does it even damage me much? Yo, this is going to be one wacky ride. It's a wacky old ride to the never, a wacky old ride to the end, and a wacky old ride to exile. It's a wacky old ride indeed. Getting spat at. What's a good travel song that we could remix? Okay, stop. No, you haven't stopped. Spoke too soon. I'm definitely a Wandering Trader now, though. That's good. That's good. That'll do. Okay, okay. They seem to be neutralized now. Wait, where'd the other one go? I only got one. Why? I think the item then went through the portal, didn't it? There we go. Wait, I'm in an X stream now, not Ren. You got raided. I mean, you did the raiding. I mean, Twitch, raid, stream, words. Hypno. Why Hypno? Not Hypno. Oh, you fell. There's a staircase over here. For some reason, I thought it was Hypno's. It's Jevin's. Jevin's staircase. If you go through that portal, it's just... Ah, you didn't take full damage. Let's go. Let's go. I was trying to tell a story about ice cream and caffeine, and it got madly derailed. Madly derailed, I tell you. Oh, look at me go. Look at me go. So, let's hear it, buddy, says to Zilla. I'm on the edge of my seat. Tell me about this caffeine. So I had no idea, like, what the quantity was. Like, how much caffeine am I going to consume? And I just recently started drinking caffeine again. I had 2 coffees on 2 different days before working out, and it made a huge difference. But after not drinking coffee for a couple of months, that's probably to be expected. It'll probably, like, after a while, it'll equalize. Anyway, the other day I had both a coffee and the mocha ice cream, and just had one of the best workouts in ages. Like, it really, if you've been awake for a couple of hours, you're warmed up, ready to go, and you have some caffeine in you, it really does mask that feeling of getting exhausted, and you can just keep pushing hard, which is cool. But anyway, the ice cream was amazing. It tastes so good. So good. Ice cream and coffee sounds great. No, it's more like coffee and ice cream. It's chocolate ice cream with some coffee in it, essentially. Right, now I've got both the leads, because one always loves to pop back through. Ender Pearl, yep. What sort of workouts am I doing these days, says Yellow Howard? Not crazy ones. Like, reasonable... Less... are doing... Oh my god. Right, let's get you through, and then go sort out your buddy. I'm not doing, you know, pushing myself crazy hard. I'm going for, like, real consistency, you know? Doing all the warm-ups proper. For goodness sake! I don't have... I do have that. I do have that. I don't even have a pick on me. The level of productivity in this stream is just abominable. Anyway, I'm just trying to be very consistent. And don't end up in a mine. Don't end up in a minecart, please. I'm trying to be very, like, consistent and not trying to overload too quickly. I think that's the mistake I've made in the past. And it feels really good, actually. Everything's going really well. What's a good book I've read recently? I tell you what, I read Bill Gates' Source Code autobiography of his early days. I love autobiographies. That one was super interesting. Very interesting guy, obviously. I mean, the dude made Microsoft. And the story of his early days is kind of fascinating. Now I'm reading a book called How the World Really Works, which is all about steel, concrete, ammonia, plastics. And this guy, it's like a technical book. This guy is going through like the hard science and numbers of how much energy goes into creating these 4 fundamental parts of... I don't think you would say society, would you? But like the human thing that we're doing where we just keep expanding and making more stuff and feeding ourselves. It all revolves around those 4 things. And it's super interesting, but very, very number heavy. Civilization. Yeah, but the thing with civilization is that, like, you know, culture and arts, like, it's not about that. It's just about, like, the raw creation and consumption of materials. And some of those things are to feed, to house, yeah, you know. Like, I don't think it quite factors in things like the arts industry. Yeah, you could call it economy, industry, but like arts is part of the economy. There you go. Infrastructure and commerce, you mean? Yeah. Oh, there is something very wrong with me! That butcher pecan with the wrong button. 3 times an idiot. 3 times a moron. You're once, twice, 3 times a lady. Isn't that a song? I'm pretty sure it's a song. Yo, Callie1357. Thank you for 74 months. I mean, jeez. I just failed to go through an end portal 3 times. And you've been putting up with this for 74 months. Yo, Foisma, thank you ever so much for using your Prime subscription on me, my dude. I don't know how I earned that. I'm demonstrating my lack of ability to play this game at the moment. Let's go do the desk. Time to stand. I've been sat for a while. Let's go this way. Lass says it's nice that you keep it consistent. Thanks. Anyway, let's go back to the book discussion. Like to me, this book is like super interesting. I'm well into it, but I'm also listening to this stuff and I'm like, why am I so fascinated by this? Like, I think it's a quest to understand what's going on in the world. I kind of like, I'm kind of more drawn to like a sciencey numeric based explanation of things than I am like a cultural interpretation of what's going on. Most of us call it autism, says Tuliza. I don't think we should equate it to autism. I don't think it's like that. What I was gonna say is who else likes the sound of this stuff, right? Maybe we can Forgil, if you wouldn't mind doing a poll. Not this time, my friends, not this time. Maybe I'll get a thumbnail here, by the way, as well. Then Sky can put like, oh my god, I am an idiot. I am. What is wrong with me? Jeez. Okay, let's go to the, like, literally. Oh my god. I cannot multitask to save my life. I cannot multitask to save my life. I just can't do it. I just can't chat while I play a computer game anymore. Let's face it, I am going through some mental degradation. Getting old. I can't multitask. I don't know how I did it in the past. I keep telling myself, like, don't waffle and chat about stuff, because then you won't get the other stuff done. But then I stream and I start waffling and chatting about stuff. I thought I saw some ender pearls. Okay, there we go, we got one. Because I used to be able to do it. I used to actually waffle and chat and get stuff done, but not anymore. Brian and fast as I feel you, X, the decline is real for me lately. Yeah, I've been wondering a little bit. Like, what's behind this? I want to make a bit of more of an effort to get plastics. Like, less plastic, like Teflon. I'm hearing bad stuff about plastics and Teflon. I'm going to get some steel, stainless steel cooking equipment and just try and have less plastics around my food and stuff. Maybe that's what it is. I don't know. Is there something in the water? Like, is there some variable I can have control over, you know? Anyway, let's hop off. Not that time. Not that time. Now, I guess y'all have got to get in a boat. But I don't have 2 boats, so let's see. By the way, this cup of tea here is cold. But I drank most of it. Okay, that's done. I think I'm just going to do it like this, aren't I? There's no easy way to do it. Anyway, I feel like something's definitely up because I've been streaming for a long time and it's gotten worse lately. Hey X, I've been having crazy brain fog lately, way more than normal for me. It turned out the culprit was nothing off a mega freeze. Yeah, well I take supplements and stuff, so it might not be that. Forgil, I got distracted. It was just like, the poll should be who else is interested in nerdy books about, I don't know, nerdy books. Just call it nerdy books. Who else is interested in nerdy books? Y'all know what I'm talking about. Yes or no? I'm kind of curious, like, is this actually that interesting to any of you listening? I just googled brain tumour, says Decana Heaven. That's it, it's a brain tumour. You can always trust Google for a good result. Anyway, by nerdy, I don't mean Star Trek, you know, Death Stars and lightsabers and hobbits and stuff. I mean, Harry Potter is really boring to me, you know. I mean like how the world works. Like, that's the book, right? But like talking about it through the lens of consumption of materials and use of energy. Does hard sci-fi count? I mean, hard sci-fi is a nerdy book, right? This, do you know what? Maybe it counts. It's like halfway there because that's when that stuff, hard sci-fi. I've listened to some hard sci-fi novels. I like them. That's when the science fiction part becomes a bit more actually based on science, right? It's not like Captain Picard, you know, waved his wand. He who shall not be named. What's his name? Gandalf or whatever. You know, all of that stuff. Like, it's like actual science behind it. And some of that science is, you know, science fiction. It's going beyond what we currently understand about science, but it's doing it in a way that is more rooted in reality than just being like, oh, there's a button that we can press and you get beamed up. You know, beam me up, Voldemort, and up you go. Not like that. Okay, let's do that. We got some new homies, and they got a home already. Oh, they're so lucky. Have you read The Free Body Problem? Yeah, I did the whole trilogy. That was really, really good. Really good. I enjoyed it. What can I say? Another one I really enjoyed, I forget the name of it, but it's about a guy who clones himself right before... No, he doesn't clone himself. He like creates a digital copy of himself right before he gets hit by a car. And then he wakes up in the future and there's like a crisis or something going on. They need to like launch him into space. And he becomes a self-replicating probe that propagates the universe. And it's super cool because it kind of becomes this fascinating story that spans different like time horizons and such. But then the books on that series just kept going on, and I kind of like wondered where it was going to end and decided, you know what, that was a good listen, but I think I'll stop here. The Bobiverse, that's the one. Yo, 75% of you are interested in nerdy books. Well, that's cool. Well, there's my current recommendation. In fact, I'd recommend first of all reading Sapiens, and if you like some of the perspectives it has on like energy and consumption, and you want to go deeper into that avenue, then this other book, How the World Really Works, is way more technical, way more sciencey, but a good old listen. How'd you get the code for the drop? I haven't looked into that yet myself. I'm going to do that very soon though. Figure it out. See, I don't think we can have like wheat fields forever, but this bit over here, going across to that side, I think will look nice. Let's now move on to some interiors. Let's see if we can do a little bit of building here. It's going to be tricky because the inventory is absolutely disgusting in this game. But we'll do our best. I'm not going to do the resin experiment right now. We'll put that wandering trader head somewhere at some point. The drop code showed up in your Twitch activity chat. Tab, not chat. Okay. Grab some of these, some of those. Jungle wood, rafter, like stairs. I'll be back here in a minute for more blocks, I know it. Just trying to grab some stuff that might be useful. At least to get going, to figure out what we're doing here. So I obviously want to have a little room here. Question is, what's going to be in that room? Yo, Elliot Draws, thank you ever so much for 17 months. Dad joke of the month, I got a new pen that can write underwater. It can write other words too. I like it, that's a good one. That's a good one. Thank you, my dude, I appreciate your support. So, although these windows here are higher, I think we have to save the brown wool for the bit further up. And I kind of, you know, I kind of wanted to put pillars in the corner was my instinct. That would actually block some of these windows up, so... let's just start placing blocks and see where we go. That would sort of be the bare minimum on that side. I guess I'd have to go one taller if I want to cover up the windows. I'm not even sure if that's the material I want to use in here. You said you read biographies. Have you read any music ones? I'm currently reading Slashes. You know, I want to, and I put a couple on my list recently, and then I just got pulled in some different directions with my reading material. But yeah, I've got... I think I might have Ozzy on one of them. But I got a couple of really good ones. I did some research, you know, looking for recommendations and stuff. That actually, you know what? I didn't want to go with like oak in my mind. It was definitely going to be a stripped wood, but then I see that and I'm like, it's kind of got the vibe. I think it matches the coarse dirt that's in the area. I think that's why I like that. And then from there, we just want to create. I kind of need to go up here. From here, we want to create like arches, I think. And fortunately, now that we've blocked off the windows in the corners, which I don't think that's going to bother me, we've now got the room to do that. This is where I think mixing these materials here will go well. So, no, that's definitely one too low. Maybe like slabs. Could work. Gonna need those scaffoldings over in here, aren't we? So crafting bench, I got 7. Why have I only got 7? Do I have any film recommendations? Always. I love movies. If ever you want a recommendation for me, here's what you need to know about me. I don't like top lists. You know, if someone says who's the greatest band of all time, obviously it's Dimmu Borgir. I got no problem with answering that question. But like, you know, what's your favorite movies? I'm like, there's so many. Like, and the other thing is, you know how people always tell you about like some really great show that they watched, but it's like, it's great for them, and I'm happy that you like that show. But like, if someone's like, "Yo, X, you need to watch the new Marvel movie," I'm like, "Ha ha ha! Do I now, my friend? No, I don't." Do you know what I mean? Like, so say, "Hey, I like horror movies," and then I've seen some horror movies, you know. Coney Lives says Dimmu, really? Yeah, of course. Who else? Who else would it be? Come on. There is no greater band alive. You should look up Pan's Labyrinth. I saw it when it came out. It's a great movie. Saw it again a few years ago as well, because Cleo was saying it was one of her favourites, and I was like, oh, I'll watch that one again. It's a cracker. It was so long ago I saw it, though. It was like kind of like watching it again for the first time, which was nice. So, taste is per person. I'm tired of people expecting me to like things that everyone else does. This is unexpectedly normal. Yeah, like if I recommend something to someone, it's usually because I'm like confident that this is something they would like. It's not like, oh, I like this so much and I just want to talk about it or whatever, right? So, how is 1883, says Kirsten on Twitch. I finished it and I've got to say, phenomenal. I love the main character's monologues so much. She's such an interesting character, and I really like, there's like a lot of, there's some wisdom, there's a lot of like deepness to the things she says. And so this show is just like, it's really vivid. You're really like transported to a different time and age with these stoic characters, and you see like the things that they go through real raw, and watch their characters go through different like arcs. But she is just an incredible central focus, and the way it all wraps up and concludes is very gratifying as well, which can be a hard thing to do sometimes with a show. Do you know what? Now that I look at it from here, I'm like, it doesn't quite have a lot of contrast. I think we could go with oak. We're going to switch this material out to oak. The shape's right, but the thing isn't. Is that the cowboy show, says Coney Lives? You could call it that. Now, I'm not a fan of westerns, traditionally speaking. I tried some when I was younger, and I was like, this doesn't do much for me. And I think some of those westerns that I saw really like tainted my interest towards, air quotes, cowboys and Indians. Yeah, things have like a particular kind of like flavor to them or whatever, and you sort of think, this isn't really for me. But the thing is, I'm actually really quite fascinated by history, and the story of settling the American plains is kind of fascinating, right? And this isn't like a typical depiction of cowboys and Indians that I saw when I was a kid or whatever. This feels like very like real and human, and not a caricature, or however you'd describe how. Like, does anyone else feel that way? Does anyone else feel like cowboys and Indians were sort of just portrayed in this particular, I don't know quite what the words are for it, but you know, 1883, it's like, it's real, it's rugged, it's raw. It's got that just modern television feel to it, where it really like transports you to a time and place. Whereas the stuff I saw when I was growing up just felt a little bit more cartoonish. More than side shooters and showdowns. Exactly, yeah. Yeah, there's so much more to it, right? Like the survival aspect, the beauty of the mother nature around them. I mean, maybe that stuff was like there in the Western, just not very well stated. But shows like 1883 and Yellowstone really brought like that aspect to life for me. Spaghetti westerns. I think that's what they're called, isn't it? Okay, so for the rest of this roof, I think the obvious thing is to do this. Then maybe put a different material in the middle or something. That's what the genre's called, yeah. Well, those don't appeal to me then. Like, I don't think I'm going to go and watch, like, The Unforgiven again and stuff like that. Oh, I see what I've done here. I knew something was off. Like those old Clint Eastwood films. But I've definitely got an appetite for this particular portrayal of that period in time. And to me, it feels more authentic because the people in them just seem a little more real, right? I guess like Clint Eastwood, was John Wayne another one? They've just got that kind of like, they've got those one-liners and they're just like badasses who don't have to say too much. But like that's not really like, there's not a strong human connection there. There's not a lot of character depth that feels like genuine. It's just like it's like a superhero type thing, right? There's not a lot of depth to their character, and so I like these portrayals. That's going to illuminate this room quite strongly. Now what I want to do is add a little access point. I did like the idea of making it secretive with some redstone, but I don't think there's really enough space to do that. So it might end up just being a door here for me to walk into this back area. Where did I put our crafting bench? It's up there now, isn't it? I'm going to put the crafting bench in the ground. Maybe some chains and put the lanterns on different levels. That's a nice idea. The problem with that, though, is just the whole inventory thing. Your inventory starts to blow up. What I'd really like to do, actually, is make some of the other types of land lecterns here. Look at this, you know, like, look at the inventory again. It's not a problem, it's not a problem. Sure, you know, I should manage it, but like, sometimes in a game is like, is that going to be the answer to everything? It's your problem. So we'll have a little door tucked away there. I feel like bookshelves and stuff could be in this area, but it probably makes sense to figure out like what is actually the purpose of this spot as well. I think I'd like to put polished granite up here. And we have some. Oh, it's at that level, is it? So I'm going to need slabs, aren't I? Okay, and then one, like something else in the middle? Now, my way to get up and down into this area, if I need to come up here or whatever, will be this spot. Like, so right after we go through the door, let's go ahead and replace that with... let's make our floor in here... out of what material? I kind of like the idea of the sandstone. So that's that bit for going up there. Take that down. Yeah, we really want to take the focus off of the ceiling now, like with the light level. So I have a 2 there. We'll go for a 1 in that corner. Try a 3 over here. So on that side, maybe. That's kind of cool. That's got a vibe. I might pull out the granite up the top, though. It probably needs to just be a darker material after that, like spruce. Spruce wood, maybe. And then that brown wall. I don't know how you play this game without a storage system. This is just, ugh, all the time. Oh, I've also got some dark oak here as well. Anyway, I think I know what's next. Redstone lamp, maybe. Oh, that's a nice idea, actually. That's a really good texture, redstone lamp. That is a good texture, even if it's not lit. It's not lit, fam. The litness is not enough. Oh, I have to slab it. I thought I could get away without slabs. No. Yeah, we'll try an unlit one. It'll look good, I'm pretty sure. I can't believe you still say you're not a builder, says a Lilac Blade. Here I am, like, in my head, just constantly critiquing every block I place. You know, I'm going to sound like a broken record. Like, it's not my most natural thing. You give me a guitar, and I'll make a riff on it, and I'll be like, oh, I love writing music. Right? You give me a bunch of blocks, and tell me to go place them, and I'm like, oh, I'm not a builder. Like, that's just how it works in my head, right? Like, I try, but, like, it don't feel natural. I don't see what's in my mind before I'm making it. Like, I know how to make something look good because I pay attention to what others do and learn techniques and stuff. Like, in this room, what we're going to do is go through what's in here and give it a sense of, like, purpose, I guess, or a story to tell. That's the way to make it look good. But, like, that doesn't come natural to me. I really have to think that through and give this stuff an intention. I feel like when I see other people play, it feels like they just know that they're going to build and they got all these ideas in their head, and this room's going to be that and that room's going to be this, and they do all this wonderful building. I could be wrong. Maybe they're doing the same thing. Maybe they're panicking. Maybe Scar's like, oh my god, I know what I'm doing. Nah, Scar's not like that. Scar knows exactly what he's doing. So I think if we're going to tell a story about this room, well, obviously it kind of looks like the first place you would go. So I think it needs to feel like a reception. But then here's where you actually go to interact with stuff. Wait, someone's been here and, like, broken this and just put the blocks back. I mean, why? How did they break it and why? I don't mind this has happened. I just wish there was communication, because now it's like you couldn't have just put that back. Like, I don't get it. Which reminds me of something. When I see Pearl online, I have something for her. But I haven't seen her online in a while. Plus, I'm over here in exile. Very much related to something similar to this, but I'll make it a surprise for now. Okay, so I think it was like that, and it's just there, sitting in the composter. That was the idea. Yo, Plume the Cat, thank you so much for your Prime. Very much appreciate it. We also got Sommy MP3 gifting a sub to Edreal. And Cordishi is here for 86 months with the Prime. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Plume, if you didn't know, you can use your Prime... Well, you do know you can use your Prime subscription. It also gives you access to our equivalent of a Patreon server, if that so interests you at all. So what we want is a little bit of, like... a little bit of storage in this room. And then a little bit of, like, a counter. And then a little bit of this and a little bit of that. A little bit of a lot of things. I'm just going to take all the stuff that I think would look good in this room, but it doesn't mean we're going to throw it all down straight away. Because we want stuff on the walls behind. That's going to be like these things. Behind. At that level there. So I think... yeah, that does look good. The loom... front and sides, they look like crates. Very good. Then I think we'll put barrels all the way across the bottom, or maybe a bit of spruce, just like you're not really going to see that. So that's the back part. This going over the door would probably look kind of good as well. So how about another one of those? I should probably remember to put some books in there, right? That's that bit. The next bit we want, I think, are spruce trapdoors. Yo, Lord X AVQC for 2 months, juggling my prime between all the hermits, and now it's your turn again, X. Thank you, my dude. I appreciate you doing that, supporting the hermits. Very cool way to do it. Very cool way. Thank you so much. That is not the block I thought it was. X, what about moving your temp storage to more organized on the second floor? That's a great idea. I was considering utilizing that space. Now I think I have to, because there's, yeah, like, I don't know what the plan with storage was, but there's space, so let's use it. I think I need to get more spruce wood. I don't think I brought enough across with me. And I saw Ren chopping down so much of it earlier. God, we might have to pinch some from him. No, I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't just go and pinch some materials. Yeah, so that's got a nice, like, desk vibe to it. Like, a villager would, like, jump over this. Just kind of wondering if there's a clever way to, like, trap them behind, but I'm not particularly looking to do something quite like that. Now, over on this side is where storage goes. So we want something to, like, buffer this wall space. This is where I think we need a shapely block of some sort. But I don't really see something that quite does what I'm thinking. Maybe the ender chest would be of help here. See, notice how, like, looking at stuff helps you so much in this game to be creative. At least me. This is why I feel like an inventory update could really embrace treating items differently. And maybe letting you realize and see more possibilities through looking. And just, you know, you get to think, what does that block look like if I put it over here? But when it isn't all in front of you, I find it very hard to remember what's in the game and imagine stuff, right? We have a general gist of colours and shapes, and the more you do it, the more it's in your mind. I don't know why I wanted to try that. I just did. I feel like something that tops this off. You know, at the top of this, by the way, like, you'll see the edge here. So, like, just to break it up a little bit, we do that. Very subtle. I feel like maybe a little bit more here. A tripwire hook around here would probably look kind of cool. Like something hanging off the wall. You could always put a redstone torch on a wall to make it look more interesting. And maybe having the occasional crafter lying around isn't a bad thing. But this, you know, this looks like the way in for the employees. So they're going to hang their clothes over here, right? Or coat. Maybe another one on that side. We'll pivot and put that one here, and then redstone torch. Just, you know, it's just there. Don't worry about it. So the crafter, actually, that might look good over here. It might make it feel like there's something on the counter that does something, right? And then can I put a little object on top of that? Like a flower pot? A flower pot can have a flower in it, so could go in that direction. I could put my wandering trader head somewhere as well. Honey blocks. Y'all, honey blocks? What are we suggesting honey blocks for? Like, honey blocks is a curious one to me. What did I say I would try on the top of that thing? Flower pot. That's actually in one of the ones I've already opened. Paintings on the wall might be interesting. Also a clock, time of day, right? Put that up there. I could put the Wandering Trader on an armor stand. Why the honey blocks? To trap the villager. Ah, interesting. So the thing that I need, who can tell me? What is that thing that I need? It was in here. No? Wait, have I got another one out? It's in this one. Got another one out here. So we could put a flower in that. I think I'll put the time of day thing about there. Whoops, moved too fast. Kind of feels to me like that should be bigger. Also, I kind of like the idea of just leaving that empty. Actually, we could leave it empty and... Okay, I know what I'm doing. I know what I'm doing. I just need to find some armor stands. I know I got some somewhere. There you go. Didn't take me long. Alright, 2 armor stands. You know, I'll make that fancier at another point in time. For now, basic pose. Let's have you looking up a little bit. And we'll lock that so only I can change it. These guys have got to go, obviously. Okay, that one. There you go. See, look at that. That's interesting, isn't it? Let's go 0.1, 2, 5. Gut instinct. Position. Oh, look at that! Look at that! Look at that! It's in. Wait a minute. It's like. It's actually like inside it a little bit. How curious. Look at that alignment as well. I think that's about like spot on. Now the thing I want to do next is actually going to mess with all of that. So like, let's say I want to make it 50% bigger, then uh-oh, where is it? Where'd it go? I don't know. I've got to find it. Where is it? Okay, I saw it where I went. There it is. See, now it feels like maybe it's too big for the item frame. Interesting. Oh, look at that. That's going to be weird. Okay, so minus 1.1. That's got to be useful for something. I just think maybe not here. We'll go with that. That's cool. That's cool. That's bigger than usual, right? That'll catch your eye. Okay, now I think we need to lead the llamas away. They need a new home. Fellas, it's been a pleasure. But it's time to move on. Don't run away just yet. I'll put you out the front. You can live in the fields. That's not where I wanted that. You know what? It's kind of hidden there, so maybe that works. But yeah, the llama's just out here in the field for now. Okay. We got to put a log in the corner. Now we're going to do some storage. And that's mostly these 3 items, right? So yeesh. Okay, so temporary go up by 1. Temporary permanently come down by 1. I'm not placing these. How does it work again? That way. Let's get one side on. Okay, that's a little better. Feels a bit like organized, right? Like pretty clean. No, it doesn't. I feel like you want something on the floor. Like this stores stuff, but maybe if we just change up the texture on the floor a little bit. Actually, I think that goes a long way. I think I might do a little bit of that over here. Redo that door. Let's put that in here. Can I go through, please? Thank you. Feels really well built up now, doesn't it? Then this corner's kind of bare. That's where you got to put the plants, I'm pretty sure. I don't want to reuse that too much though. My one concern, but we'll see. We'll see. Put all this stuff back in. Grab 2 pots. Now we've got to fetch some flowers. I have a feeling like an azalea moss thing might work better here. Didn't I grab some resin earlier? Tesseract says, how long have I watched? I don't know if Twitch gives you like a personalized watch time thing or not. I don't know if that's a thing. Where'd I put that resin, homie? Here it is, found it. So now I need that, and then I need one other thing. And it's like in my ender chest and also in here somewhere. It's green. Goes in the ground. Can't find it! Rooted dirt will look nicer than regular dirt. Yeah, where is it? I feel like I've been through all of these. Oh, there it is. Okay, let's head back out there. Homie resin, homie resin. Yeah, I think what I'm going to do is break that. Well, that felt dumb. I'm used to having silk touch, right? Okay, not a big deal. Glad it doesn't do it for the flower pots. Oh, I didn't get a flower. That's fine. That's fine. So over here, I think what we want is to use a bit more of that texture in this area. Do that. It's a bit. It fills up too much space. Not like that. Do you know what I mean? But I think we can get away with it there. I think we can get away with that. That's more like what I was thinking. Okay. We can get away with that. Couple extra bricks. Also in this area. Kind of works. Now that looks pretty superb, doesn't it? Pretty superb. I'm not sure what else I'd add to it. In fact, I can think of one thing I would add. Put that there. Have that. There you go. That's really cozy. That is really cozy in here. I think we did good. Right, what do you make of that, chat? Very small, simple build. I did scroll up, and when I can't tell, I sent the chat, so I'm new to Twitch, bro. You're such an expert. Why don't you do it? It won't help. I don't know what you're on about, Tesseract. I don't know what you're on about. I'm not an expert. I'm an idiot. Epic song, says Blooming Cow. It is. I love this bit. Proper good groove to it. The build looks amazing, says it's Macia. Thank you, thank you. Now, you know, I was going to cover up the windows at this level, but it might make more sense to go in a different direction, which is to build a room where the blocks are in by one, but that might make the room really cramped. Or potentially deliberately put chests or barrels in line with the windows. Yeah, there's potential for this room up here. I kind of want to focus a little bit more on the surrounding area, I think, though, because now we've got those trees. That's really nice. I reckon what we should do is extend the beach across to this bit. I also thought that you need a path to get over here. I forgot about that. Bit too late to add a hole in the wall there to get to it. Yeah, I don't really want to have a path going around like this. Like, it's very much set up to have a path here, isn't it? So I think ultimately I'm going to have to take that away and build the path across this space. So maybe what we'll do is we'll extend the beach out and give ourselves a bit more space. Right, that's what I'm going to do next, because it feels like that's important to get that in there, right? Then I think after that we'll do storage. Okay, so for this beach we're going to need sandstone stairs, packed mud, coarse dirt, in larger quantities, and rooted dirt would be a good one. Here it is, it's all at the top. Packed muds for the path, lots of rooted dirt, maybe some regular dirt. What else do we have in the area? Like seeds, right, for wheat? Lights is another thing I was considering. I think I might wait until it's nighttime to have a look at what the lighting's like, but probably fence posts with soul lanterns on, so I'm not going to worry about that too much. The other thing I'm after is a hoe. Don't you know? We'll go ahead and craft one. Put that down here. Maybe eat some food. What else do I need out the front there? The irony of X saying he's an idiot when you only know of him because of his really smart redstone tutorials. You haven't been watching for long enough. You'll soon learn why I'm an idiot. I mean, clearly you weren't here earlier in the stream, right? You love the random scar head in the chest. More shenanigans, contraband. I'm not a... y'all know me. I'm not a storyline roleplay type person. But what I can do is give people tasks. And those tasks can be shenanigan-like, let's say. That I can do, so that's what I'm going to focus on doing. Is making shenanigans happen. Alright? Like, that's my angle here. I can facilitate the shenanigans. That I can do. So I reckon like that. This area here feels like it needs something. Like it needs to be... Maybe some crops are growing or something in there. And then this area... Maybe we can use some of those stairs here. Like that. Obviously, this is going to be a bit more sandy, right? And then we want that path to come through here, so... The path's going to, like, occupy this space, basically. Kind of up to there, and then that's going to open up and connect to all of this. Pretty straight path, that's all it needs to be. Doesn't need to be too fancy, does it? Right, let's focus with some coarse dirt over at the edges. It's kind of a good way to do that. Blooming Cow says build is very inspiring. This build? I mean, I'd love to inspire. That's awesome if you're getting some inspiration here. Feel like we've got this angle here figured out pretty well. We are going to need some slabs, I reckon. I kind of avoided using them over here. I ended up using jungle wood instead of that, but that's when I didn't have that material, so I might switch these over. We'll see. Is this Hermitcraft X is playing on? Yes, we're playing on Hermitcraft 10. Small Town Cowboy, thank you for 4 months to support, my dude. Resubscribing here, late to the stream, but loving the look of the build. I'm glad you're liking the look of it. How do you craft bricks? With a crafting table, my friend. With a crafting table. You can thank me later. Okay, that stuff... Wait, what else are we mixing in? Like, coarse dirt and rooted dirt is essentially it. Maybe one right there. Not that one. Yo, Technoist, thank you for using your Prime. You came for a cape. Seems good. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, I've been hearing about all this. Haven't properly looked into it just yet, but hope you get your cape. Okay, like a little bit of coarse dirt here, rooted dirt on that side where it's lighter. And then bring this stuff through. So over here, I reckon we want like something going on with the bushes. Maybe like a bit of a grass lawn and just put like trapdoors across the side of it. I'm thinking what trapdoor would fit in without popping out too much. My gut says spruce, but I'm running low on spruce wood. It's kind of a problem. Dark oak, maybe. Dark oak. I also came back for packed mud, so let's not lose sight. I was about to say, I hope I'm not running low. No, I don't think you are. I don't think you are. Yo, Tack Bannon, thank you so much for subscribing. Appreciate your support. I hope you're enjoying the stream, my dude. Thank you for supporting what we do here. I hope Portal, says Technomist. I literally read I hate people, and then I was like, read it again. Don't try and read chat fast. That's a note to myself. Mommy Doki, thank you for the prime. Appreciate you using that on me. Hope you're enjoying the stream. Tailskade says, do you ever go back and explore older versions of Minecraft once in a while? The last stream that I did here on Twitch was exactly that. Although, old worlds, technically, not the old version of Minecraft. Okay, I'm kind of looking at this area now. I'm thinking, actually, this bit here could be raised up. Like, this is where the next bunch of slabs could be. And then wrap it round like that. Kind of lines up something like this. Yeah, I'm not using my axe much at the moment. Let's get rid of that one. Okay, and then fill in the rest like so. It's looking pretty good, I think. It's looking pretty good. So, we want those trapdoors along here. Then I think that I want to be wheat. That'll cover up this, like, this one here. Don't worry about seeing the edge. But then I think I'm going to try and turn that into a bit of a lawn. So maybe when you get to this height, yeah, we then ratchet that sort of round into this space a bit. It does leave that thing standing out with this all being... I mean, maybe that's why I wanted this to be lower, because I just kind of knew, right? Yeah. Now, that would look weird if that's all of a sudden one block higher. It would need to be an actual fence. Fence posts. Niam says people are the worst, and also the best. People are many things. People are many things. Oh look, we could go this way around as well. This is where, I don't think this will work, but we'll have a little look. Maybe that would actually be okay, just have a little fence. Yeah, I feel like that adds something, you know. Okay, we'll go with that. We'll go with that. As for this, like, beachy area, that's going to get filled in. Could kind of do with some slabs now. Let's go make some sandstone slabs. You're really liking my vacation home. It is a vacation home, isn't it? I'm on vacay over here. Let's grab some of those. I think I literally had stacks of sandstone as well. Yo, Lucky Therios, thank you ever so much for the prime. Appreciate the support. Hope you're enjoying the stream, and thank you for another Amazon Prime subscription. Thank you, people. Thank you. Let's tidy up these edges, and then we're missing like a couple of blocks. Kinda missing a couple of blocks here. Yeah, that stuff helps with the transition a bit, doesn't it? What's going on here? Yo, I haven't used much sandstone for that top texture, have I? That's a nice one to throw in there as well. Anyway. Now you got this little bit bringing you over here. So now for our lawn. I want to go... I think I'm just going to grab moss. I know I've got some moss blocks. I didn't bring a lot, because I didn't think I was going to use a lot. Now, the way... If we... Like, my gut says to go this direction, but it will, like, really lose its value down at this end. So, we're going to go this way. It's a lot narrower here. I think the way to do it is like this. Might get a little tricky along here, or maybe not. Anyway, it doesn't have to be every single block, right, does it? It'll be our little secret. We didn't do that bit down there. Now we've got a bit more of a kept lawn feel over here, which I like. Still going to need to put some sort of feature in this area, I reckon. Maybe like the equivalent of a scarecrow or something? Although that would be more suited to a field of crops. Just naturally, because that's where they... That's where you'd expect to see them, right? What could we put in this area that just feels a bit more like something you'd see in a garden? Something that's looked after. Less overgrown. A couple of sheeps, a lawn flamingo. Here's a problem, peeps. I can't sweep them. I'm the only person on. A llama statue. Wow. The statue's not a bad idea. Statue's a pretty cool idea. Roses? Well, the wheat fields are going to end there. And now we've got like a nice beach. I'll tell you what, the beach is very flat lined here. We've got to get rid of that line. That's not good. We could put the llamas there. I could add a couple of fence posts and they might literally stay contained in that area. I think that's a good shout. A couple of fence posts and we might be able to do that. Do I have packed mud stairs? I have no wood here. I really should make like another crafting bench to be closer to. Reduce those trips back and forth, right? Okay, let's go put this over here. It's our secret crafting bench. I'm going to put that like that. We'll worry about the lighting a little bit later. So the llamas in here, yeah, they'll be kept pretty well captive. They might rumble off of that bush onto this post. But if I do that, then that's less likely to happen. Okay, we'll give it a try. We need a little bit of lighting out there as well. Fellas! Look, I found you. You have been wrecking up the wheat field! Oh. Well, I'm moving you, so that solves that problem. Can't believe you're wrecking my wheat fields, man! That's rude. That's rude, homies. Thought I taught you better than that. Let's get you in the space. I guess I can keep those leads now as well. They might come in handy. Trapped! Absolutely trapped! Don't you dare spit at me, I hear you hocking up a loogie. Right, so this... Get that clown out of your field. Yeah, get that clown out of the field. How dare. How dare it. How dare it follow its primal instincts. Yeah, we got some spots over here where the water don't reach. That's fine. So this one here, I think I wanted to put it, but that's about it. Like, that's the wheat field coming around this corner nicely. Got our trees now over here, a nice old path. I feel like a third tree would probably fit very well just here. I'll build one of those off camera. You're at the top of the building! Oh! The top of the... You are a nuisance! Oh, this is a bad way to fight a creeper. Wait, does this sword have knockback? This is a good way to fight a creeper. See ya later, mate. Blow up in the water, not a bother. What a cute celery stick. It's a celery stick, alright. Oh my god, what am I to do if I'm going to have mobs on the ceiling of my building? I feel unsafe now. Right. Wait a minute. Oh. No. Wait. Wait, what? We got 2 more! Got more of it. This is kind of like when I brought them back earlier. I was thinking, if I'm the only one on, there's a high likelihood of them spawning on my island like they've already done several times. But, go on then, we'll just move them. No, they spawn here. All that hard work and effort. Now I'm surrounded by mobs gobbing off at me. Literally, I can hear them. Oh, let's face it, all of this stuff is just going to become horrendous junk. All mashed together. For some semblance of order. Use the boat this time, that way they won't attack you. That's a good idea. They calm down after a while though, don't they? Right, hydration time. Also, I feel like sitting down a little bit. Stood for a while. Monkey Bug says, well, gotta go reinstall TikTok on my phone again. Oh yeah, I'm streaming on TikTok as well. If you want to get yourself the TikTok cape. We would have a llama-based storage system. That is something I could do, right? Like, I could travel with my llamas and sell things to people. Keep all the items in the llamas. That's Wait, no. Can I click on them with a chest? Am I allowed to do that and add storage to them? Okay, let's get a chest out of here since it's already crafted. Right, no creepers on my roof. I got lucky that I saw that sucker. Come over here. Don't run away. It's interesting that there's a... Yo, stop spazzing out! It's interesting that there's an interaction there that they don't like. Yo, you're going mental! Oh. What have you eaten? Oh, word. You think I have to sit on them? Okay, yeah, maybe there's more things I could try here. It's been so long since I've interacted with a llama. See, the regular ones, you could give them carpets, right? Do I have to tame it like a horse? Oh! Love hot. Hey! Now we're doing it. And I might be able to put a carpet on it, I'm not sure. What about you then, mental? Calm it. I'm paranoid about creepers on my roof. Oh, now you like me as well, do you? Alright, well, we made some new friends. And that is definitely an idea we can lean into, I think. So this bit here, I don't know what I want to do with this, but now that we've got our path, I think this will be like storage room, but maybe with some cool, interesting things in, like a bit of a cupboard kind of vibe, but a cupboard full of cool things. I'll have a door to bring me to this area, and then we'll have staircases leading up. Quick paranoid mob check. You know what? Above that scaffolding, there's a spider! Oh, be the death of me. I reckon this is going to be our storage room. I don't think we need to put like a crazy amount of effort into it. Because there's going to be a spot to just kind of come in and grab items. Whereas the other stuff down below is much more aesthetic and about presentability and like fancy words. We need a material in here that we can just slap over the floor and not really worry about too much. Kind of tempted maybe just use more packed mud and bricks. Best carpet colours for llamas. Oh, I mean that's a bit of personal preference, really, isn't it? Yeah, I think. I'm gonna place these blocks with the consideration that that's going to be where our double chests are. Although I might end up bringing a lot of shulker boxes over here, right? This middle space could then perhaps have something slightly different. And maybe it's got like a different lighting block in the middle. I reckon I'll go with something like one of these. What if we go with like sandstone then? Have something yellowish go along with that. Bone blocks, it's kind of smooth. Maybe birch planks, if sandstone is in short supply at this point in time. There it is. Could possibly get enough out of that. X, are you keen for April 1st? Yeah, I am. April 1st for me is just like waiting to see what Mojang do these days. And then having fun with whatever they put out. I don't have anything planned myself, I don't think. So that is nice, simple, straightforward, right? That cape must appear instantly after redeem or it will take time, says Veristerius. I do not know. I do not know. I tell you what, I do actually like the way the light kind of comes into this area. Now, oh, we almost died. I need some doors. I need some security out here. I think for now, I'm just going to block that off like so. But yeah, we're going to want a way up, which will have the scaffolding, but there might be a little staircase through here. Then a path onto that bit to get through to that area. So this side isn't really going to be used as much, is it? I think I'm going to smelt this stuff into the smooth variety. Smooth jazz, yeah. That's what it's going to be. Do I have any coal? See, I don't really have a lot of fuel out here, do I? And again, if we're going to put a staircase in here, God, we've just got so much stuff in the way. I need to turn this into a little proper storage work area, don't I? Now, in this corner, need to replace the scaffolding. And then over here, we've got one scaffolding right there. So what's with the Wandering Trader outfit, says Scorchillager? I don't know, man. It's like, I'm coming to Exile to make trades with hermits and offer them things, and then I go back to the regular place, and then I come back here again, and, you know, I thought, what in this game is absolutely nothing like that? Of course, the Wandering Trader doesn't do anything like that at all, so, totally put on those robes to throw people off. They'll be like, oh, Wandering Trader. Wait, what? You've got stuff for trade? Dang, you deceived me with those robes. Oh, you cheeky devil, X. Oh, you cheeky devil. That's what they'll say. See, I'm thinking on multiple levels here. Multiple levels. There's level 1, there's level 2. Multiple levels. Wandering Trade Sumo. Ah! Ah! It happened! Of course it would. Of course it would. Luckily, we got a lot done today. Of course that would happen. Of course that would happen. Would it? Would it happen? Of course it would. Why would anything else ever happen? Oh my... How? Ah! It's the dirt button that activates slow zoom. You get a double dose of derp right now. Slow zoom gets activated when I derp. Oh my... That's like... That's so cruel. That's so cruel. It's like I derp and then I get that thrown on top. As if I'm not already making a fool of myself. It just adds a little extra... Oh my god. Mystery solved, though. The solving of the mystery has occurred. Which is good, I think. Hopefully. I'm going to get annoyed with all those sounds. I can't even do it myself. You know the one. The level of the dirt bar has gone up again. It shouldn't do because the derp program isn't running. I don't know what you're on about. The derp counter is not active as far as I know. Right, so I reckon this sandstone's... Oh yeah, that's the block I wanted. I'm forgetting what I'm doing every minute. It's like I get distracted by derps and broken chests and unfavourable hotkeys zooming in. Okay, so we do that. This is what I was trying to do. Like this, I want this bit here to just be clean. So that's like the end of the room. On that side. I don't know what will go in that space, but this is going to be our little walkways across. Maybe at this height. You know what? Maybe we don't want that because it probably makes more sense to just use the materials that are already here. Wow, that was a waste of time then. So it'd actually be like just some jungle and other blocks go up to this level. And then I think it's these blocks here that are going to be used a little different. This is the idea of these blocks is that they're going to have the storage on top. So they won't have that all the way around. Maybe that just gets filled in. Anyway, then the staircase can start here-ish. And come up like that. And then we can have a few of these blocks in the area. So it's like jungle, granite. Jungle, granite, and oak are the ones we're using. Jungle, granite, and oak. It's my jungle, like. Jungle. Okay, that'll do. I think I might want them mostly as stairs as well. Love the island name, and your latest episode was fantastic, says Vansana. Thank you. I would take credit for the name of the island, but that would be stealing. All of these amazing people came up with it. I mean, maybe not specifically these people, but people like them, commenting on the video. Yeah, no, that one came from the comments. It was, I saw it and I was like, yeah, can't really turn down that name, can you? It's a cracker. Okay, I need some other types of stairs. Where's my crafting bench? The crafting bench is never quite close enough, is it? So, try and bring it down to this level. Huh, not quite. Right, all of that is wrong. Brilliant. But yeah, you can see we're out here now. Feels to me like it might just make sense to fill in all of this space this way. Like from left to right. Even though it just becomes a bit of a dead end there. Ah! Okay, and then down at this level... Somehow I'll eventually make this all look good. And the fact that we've got all these boxes in the way is kind of annoying. But yeah, you can see the problem. If you're coming through from this side, I think what you need to do is you need to take a step up somewhere back here. And then be at a similar level for that. So maybe one more. And then, kind of running out of space again, right? I don't know. There'll be a way I figure it out, but that's kind of the idea then. So you got a staircase up to here. Then we can continue on there. And then maybe something to get to that bit. Should be plenty of space for that. Probably add a little lighting fixture. Yeah. We got things to do. Let's check it out. Let's see what we actually did today. We spent like half an hour being an idiot, not going into the end portal, but yeah, to get here. It's looking real good, isn't it? Also that, like, I originally planned on this being temporary, but I actually quite like it. I think it would be smart to bring over some carrots and potatoes. I'm going to make a little list of things that we want to bring over here, like carrots and potatoes. To help break up the crops, right? Wes Hallen says, I'm not sure if this is appropriate, just wanted to know if you swear normally, IRL. I do, but, like, I try not to, I guess. I try and keep a clean mouth. Especially if there's children around, you know. Am I going to stream on April the 1st? Probably not. So what things did I need to bring here earlier? Like, we ended up bringing the sand. I think I want more sandstone. Spruce wood we were short on. Can any of y'all remember? How far is this build from spawn? 30 million blocks? 30 million blocks away we are. I don't recall saying beetroot, but yeah. Spruce wood, sandstone, yep. Anything else that I mentioned while we were building? I feel like there was one or two other things. This bit's gorgeous though. Look at this. Like we did great here. Really making it more interesting. I need to come up with like garden ideas for this. I think I might build myself a little house. I reckon more trees around the back here. One tree there. Maybe put the house over on this side. I'm not sure, but as you can see, we got options. We got space. We got room to be creative. X, are you a sock shoe guy? Sock shoe or a sock shoe guy? I'm a shoe sock. I put my shoe in a sock and my sock in a shoe. I don't know what you're asking, my dude. I wear socks and shoes, you know. Because I'm a filthy conformist. I can't think for myself. Oh, just like everyone else, you sheep. Oh, you put socks on your feet. God, just like everyone else. Goodness me. Conformist. Right, I'm going to wrap up my stream there. Just like other people. Oh, you're wrapping up your stream. All the streamers do that. God, no originality, right? Originality lacking. Unsubscribing. I'm unsubscribing. Oh, people unsubscribe all the time. Be original. Come up with something new. Let's have a look. Let's have a look on the Twittery Twitch. I'll send you over to Mr. Cat today. Hope you all enjoy what you find. I am possibly streaming tomorrow evening for some tunnel rats, but we'll wait and see what happens. Anyway, that's it from me. Thank you, everyone. Take care. Have a great evening.